Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, 4D. Good evening, Viv.
Good evening, 40. Good evening, Bronze. And good evening, Craig.
Thanks to Viv.
No.
It is Thursday, the 14th of May, 2026, Storm Teacup episode 64. On the number 64, doesn't bring to mind very much apart from a song by Paul McCartney, When I'm 64.
Oh yeah.
Not quite sure why he chose that number to write a song about old age. Maybe just because it rhymed. It was easier to rhyme. 1964 was the making of the third James Bond movie, Goldfinger, which I bring up partially because of a clip I shared with you, 4D, earlier on about Trump being asked about the audit of Fort Knox. And of course,
oh yeah.
Goldfinger was all about that. Not to mention it had probably the introduction of the Aston Martin DB5. Sean Connery, in my opinion, probably the best Bond out of all of them. One of my favourite Bond films, and of course, probably the most iconic Bond theme music, Goldfinger, sung by the incomparable Shirley Bassey. What else? Number 64. It's number of squares on a chessboard, the Commodore 64, which is one of the very early computers, an 8-bit home computer, has been listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the highest-selling single computer model of all time.
Really? Oh, right.
Yeah, Commodore 64, for anyone who remembers those.
Yeah, I remember them.
I had an Amstrad 464.
Yeah, going back, what?
I had an Atari 1064. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atari, yeah, geez. Incredible. When everything was measured in bits, it wasn't even measured in bytes. We're on to terabytes now. In those days, it was all measured in bits, and also the format for computer memory is measured in divisibles of 64 as well. 8-bit, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, so on and so forth.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Nice one.
You're welcome.
And
one more.
I've got to say.
Sorry, yep, go on.
I've got to say that the Atari 1040 did everything you need.
Yeah, it did.
Right. In the computer world, is 64 some kind of significant number? Why is it all in 64? First time I've thought about that. Divisions of 8.
I would assume it's down to the way the memory is constructed, because it's the memory, it's the size of the memory basically.
Yeah.
And bits and bytes, it's when you write, it's like zeros and ones. I think you can write like that kind of basic computer. I mean, all computer programming is written essentially in zeros and ones. It's just a combination of zeros and ones.
That's about my only knowledge of computers. Is I know that a byte is either a 0 or a 1, and what determines it is whether the switch is on or off. And then a group of bits are just a group of switches on or off, or zeros and ones. Basically, I still don't understand how a computer works, but that's what I'm told it is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I don't really understand, but I guess that convention of 8s or multiple of 8 is kind of just down to the construction of the hardware, I presume, or just the coding, the way the coding is written, how the code works. It's based on that. So,
yeah.
One more completely trivial 64 fact. The periodic table, the element that has the atomic number 64 is gadolinium. with the symbol GD, which I have not got a clue what that is, or I have never heard of it before.
Another one that hardly anyone's probably heard of. Yeah.
Yeah. Gadolinium, whatever. Yeah. There you go.
Got it. Cheers. Never heard of gadolinium either.
No.
We must have learnt it at some point, because I do remember learning the periodic table in science. So at some point, I suppose they must have all been read to us. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember any of these ones either, because I mean, in physics we did the periodic table, and I don't remember it. I don't think we went over every single element, but I'm also thinking maybe in that time new elements have been added to it. I don't know. I could be just making that up. But,
no, new elements have been added. Yeah, for sure.
And is it not for conspiracy theorists? Is it element 121 that's the unspoke of element that exists that doesn't exist, or something? I can't even remember the story about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've no idea.
No, okay, yeah.
In answer to that, maybe you can fill us in on that one at some point.
Yeah, I'll have to have a. Yeah, I remember something about that, but. Well, I've got a couple for this day in history. So, this day in history in 1264, I've got to bring the paper closer to me because my eyesight's terrible. 1264, the Battle of, you guys help me out, is Lewes. Is that Lewes or Lewis?
Lewis.
The Battle of Lewes, Earl of Lancaster, Simone de Montfort, the younger, I guess that was his title, defeats English King Henry III during the Second Barons' War. Yeah. So that's an early one. I doubt anyone has heard of any of those bits, unless you had, Viv. You're quite a historian.
Yeah, I sort of heard of it. Yeah. But not that much.
No,
Viv, our resident historian, yeah. But Lewis is actually, I'm sure people who live in or around the town of Lewis actually know that, but it's actually a really nice place, Lewis, down in Sussex, south between London and the south coast. Lovely place, really nice town.
Yeah.
And they get very annoyed. They get very annoyed if you call it lose.
I see. Right. Yeah, I can imagine why.
Yeah.
They have a great big bonfire. They're very anti-establishment, which we all should be, of course. And they burn figures in the streets. Nice. They have a bonfire every year. It's a bit like Valencia in Spain, except on a smaller scale.
Oh, nice, cool. When is that? Do you know what time of year?
Yeah, it's autumn, man. Round about, it's autumn.
I've been to the one in Valencia. It's insane. That the Las Fallas in Valencia. It's
yeah.
It's crazy. It's really mental. But yeah,
Las Fallas. Yeah. God bless the Spanish. God bless them.
Yeah.
Although they're a bit fucked at the moment because they've got a Nazi in charge. What's his name? Pedro Sanchez. Yeah.
I'm really worried about Spain at the moment. Not just for Spain and the Spanish people, but for Europe in general, for what that could do. That they've got hard left. They've got communists in charge, who's basically opening their borders and saying, "Come on in, we're going to make you all citizens." It's crazy. It's insane. So
communist or fascist, it's all the same to me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's different. It's like it's like the horseshoe, isn't it? You know, each end of the horseshoe on either side, they almost meet. They're almost the same.
Yeah, reining the reins in quickly and getting back to the day in history before we go off on one.
Sorry.
This is a cool one. This day in 1796, English country doctor Edward Jenner administers his revolutionary cowpox-based vaccine for smallpox in Berkeley, Gloucestershire. So that was in 1796.
Wow. That was smallpox. Smallpox, the first ever smallpox vaccine. Is that what it was?
Yes, yeah. As a cowpox-based vaccine for smallpox.
Yep,
Right.
yep. This is when it all started.
I was just going to say that, yeah. So that's when it all started.
Yeah.
And I want to say something very, very clearly. Do not take their vaccines.
No, I agree,
no.
but we're not medical people, and we're only giving our opinion, as I have to throw in there. But yes, I totally agree.
Yeah. Do not take it, people. This is snake oil. I am unvaccinated. I'm 65 years old, and I'm alive and thriving.
Yeah. So we went from 1264, then we went to 1796. 100 years later, in 1897, Great Britain signs the treaty with the Ethiopian Emperor Menelik II, settling border issues with the British Somaliland.
Yeah.
Should have built a wall around Somaliland and just kept them in.
It's a country's name you don't hear. I haven't heard Somaliland for when did that all change?
2 countries now. 2 countries.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. Somaliland and Somalia, isn't it? They're 2 separate countries. Is that right?
They are, but
does Somaliland still exist then? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a new country.
Sorry. Right.
And bless the Christians of Ethiopia.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then rushing it straight into 1940. This day in 1940, British local defence volunteers forms an armed civilian militia designed to support the British Army during the Second World War, and it's later renamed the Home Guard. So that's a good
militia.
That's a good
militia.
one.
Militia is yeah.
Don't tell me your name, Pike.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Another interesting one for the time at the moment. In this day in 1948, David Ben Gurion declares Israel independence from British administration. And I can't read that name, was one of the signatories. But yes, on this day in 1948.
Yeah, that turned out well, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a massive stitch up one way or another, wasn't it? That was all very shady. So we're still dealing with repercussions of that. 80 years later.
Indeed, yeah.
Just one thing I would like to mention as well. I was looking through the obituaries, not morbid at all, no. And sometimes there are some interesting people who pass away. There wasn't anything specifically this week, but there was the 25th anniversary on Monday just passed of the death of the author Douglas Adams, writer of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Bless him.
So I thought that was,
oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that was worth a mention because that book brought pleasure to many people, I think, including myself. A great book.
Bless him.
Yeah.
What's the size of the robot's head? He's got the head of the size of it. Is it the size of
a planet?
Planet, right? Yeah, yeah.
Brain the size of a planet. Yeah. Don't talk to me about life.
Great story. Absolutely great. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
And then, unfortunately, bring it back to this week. I mean, from the moment we finished on Thursday last week, it's been a mishmash of everything. And I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to plan anything. I'll just see what we talk about because there's been so much going on.
Well, crazy. Yeah, I think probably the majority of what we have to say tonight is probably going to be focused on the UK, the local elections from last week, because it's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible, both good and bad. What the fallout from all of that, and unbelievable as well. I mean, what is it going to take? What is it going to take to get rid of this person, I'm running out of words to describe him. This squatter, this person who's pretending to be the prime minister of this country, refusing to go. I mean, my goodness, what's it going to take?
The venomous snake, a venomous snake, man.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, that's just one. we could write down a whole list of descriptive insults for this person, and none of them would match up to what he actually is. Completely in it for himself. He's only interested in himself. That much is so obvious. Crushing defeat. Labour had a crushing defeat all across the country. An obvious, whether you want to call it an actual. I mean, Reform did really well. Reform really performed outstandingly. They won over 1,000 seats, local seats. You can call it. Some people have been calling it.
Did any of you two think it was going to be that massive, though, as well?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. It didn't surprise me.
I mean, to be honest, I was hoping, obviously, and I knew it would be good. I mean, you just hear the chatter in the chat rooms and stuff, but I was quite shocked it was that good.
I wouldn't call it good. I'm not a supporter of Reform. I think the government needs to fall. I think the whole system is shite. But at least, we had a number of people voting for something that is off grid in a sense.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm still fully in the whole. This is a revolution. This is Q. This is everything. I can see the revolution. I totally agree. When I said it was good, I'm still going to say yes, it was good. But no, I'm not. My vote is waiting for 2029. Actually, as I said, like I'm still sort of in the polite argument with you on whether you should bother to vote or not. It's still a valid discussion point. But yeah, I really feel excited that, as I keep on saying, I suppose, but I do feel excited that there is a revolution happening. And revolutions aren't simple. You can't see where they're going to go. They just happen, and I think that's kind of where we are.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
I mean, it is a major fundamental shift in British politics. It's the end of the two-party system. It's a rejection of the establishment status quo. And many people were saying that the massive turnout for Reform. People are kind of framing it in two ways. So some are saying, yeah, it's just a support for Reform and what Reform's policies and what they're promising, and the rest of them are saying it's a protest vote against the establishment, against the Conservatives, against the Tories. It's not necessarily a vote for Reform, but it's a vote against this Labour government. But whichever way you look at it,
which is still win-win.
Yeah. I mean, and so it is marking the end of the established two-party system, which is good. You had the Greens done quite well in certain areas, as expected.
I think tell you what it's really done for the Green Party is it's really established them as the, shall we say, Islamic party. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Islamic loony left party. As I describe them, they're the Islamic, the communo-Islamist party now. That's what the Green Party are. And Zach Polanski's getting exposed, which is good, as a spotlight is being put on him.
Have you seen the stuff about his mum that's come out? Oh, that's some dodgy looking at.
He's a sex worker. I know. Yeah.
That's some dodgy looking at.
Plus, I mean, he's been accused of being a Walter Mitty type character, just total fantasist, claiming he worked for the, wherever it was, I can't remember now, Ministry of Defence. He worked for the Red Cross. And he didn't do any of that. He's getting absolutely slaughtered for it. And now it turns out he didn't pay his council tax. It's like, it was a mistake. Of course, yeah, shut up, you you prick. But yeah, I mean, and now, of course, afterwards, Starmer, instead of doing a decent thing, actually realising what is going on and listening to the British public, which he's never done. He obviously has no intention of doing. He's just doubling down. It's like if ever there was an indication of a rejection of the policies of this government, that vote was it. But what's he doing? He's coming out and he's just reinforcing those policies. You know,
he can't run. He can't run. I think that's what we're getting. We're getting to see the dying states of the deep state. They're you know, what the heck does he do? He knows how corrupt him and his government are. Anyone steps in, he's screwed to the wall. He's in that sort of, yeah, he's stuffed.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is he's staying on because he has something to do. And what he has to do is the complete destruction of this country. He's been charged with that, and he's going to do it. He wants to destroy our nation.
Yes. He's I totally agree with. I think that's what it is. It's regardless, to hell with what anybody else thinks. I'm carrying out my orders, and I'm going to follow through with them. Probably because if he doesn't, then the truth about his sordid sex life allegedly will be revealed.
He couldn't be more dictatorial at the moment. He's so dictatorial. I mean, every picture of him, I don't know if they're changing the lighting, but he looks like some SS guard, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah. He looks like a fucking Nazi. He looks like a Nazi camp guard. You know, and not even a high level.
No, the other way around. He looks like a camp Nazi guard.
Yeah, but he looks like what a see you next Tuesday. He looks. He does look like he's not even like. He's not even got the dignity of some of the top Nazis. Those cunts. Pardon my language. You know,
I think I'll have to cut some of this out anyway.
Geordie, don't, because this is the strength of Geordie now. This is how we feel, right? It is
true.
You know, this is where we're at now. What have we done to deserve this? Really, we've had enough of this now. Please, just stop messing around.
Yeah,
no, you're right. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Just stop it all now.
Yeah,
and who's going to do that? No one's going to do that, mate. No one's going to do that,
generations. Mate. We haven't looked as bad as we look on the world stage in generation. And probably never have we looked this bad on the world stage and within our home counties. It's just it is jokeable.
Well, you know what's really bad? This is the worst part of it all. Is that for the past couple of days, I mean, the media have been going. It's like been a feeding frenzy in the UK about how Starmer is finished, how there's going to be a leadership challenge, how he's going to step down. When's he going to step down? It's just a matter of time. He's clinging on, and you know it's really like right on the brink. And Starmer's just hanging on. They're talking about all the possible leadership challenges, the names being thrown around: are Wes Streeting, Angela Rayner, Andy Burnham. They're the three main ones. And you got cabinet, you know, Labour ministers resigning left, right, and centre, etc., etc., etc. It's just a complete mess, right? But the thing is, all the speculation, it's not when he's going to leave, it's if he's going to leave and who is going to replace him, right? But the thing is, from my point of view, the worst part about it all is you look at all these possible replacements, and really, I think the best scenario is for him to stay. And seriously, I'm going to go away and punch myself in the face repeatedly for even saying that. But I think that is the best option right now in terms of someone else replacing him from the Labour Party. It's crazy. We are in such a bad position.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah. He has to stay on. He has to, what can I say? What can I say, my friends? When you're in a job and you fuck up, you own it. Any job, in any job, you do that. You own it.
Or you get fired.
You get fired. This man is not owning anything.
Well, you only have to look back at what he said about Boris Johnson and the way I think they've been putting it up. Like, what he says is absolutely correct, but it should be happening right now. You should be resigning and taking the the buck stops with you.
I mean, the one small consolation about him just hanging on and keeping this whole saga going is that all of the focus and all of the energy of him and everyone else is going to be on this scenario, and so it may actually restrict him actually screwing up the country even more. He's talking about basically taking us back into the EU, being a complete traitor, and reversing the democratic process of Brexit, whether you like it or not. That was what it was. It was democracy in action. He's talking about getting on with the green agenda. He's this, that, and the other, tackling climate change. It's like, no, we don't want you to do any of that. So if you're going to be completely focused and engrossed in dealing with all this, more's the better, because although this whole ongoing process is damaging the country, I kind of feel if he was free to focus on getting on with his agenda, he might actually be doing more damage.
Yeah.
So
let him do it. Let him go on. Let Mad Ed.
Yeah.
Mad Ed today.
Yeah. Miliband. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, who's in the frame. Yeah. That he'd be the worst. Yeah. Sorry, they've gone.
Geezer's mental, mate. Geezer's mental. He wants to. He's talking about shutting down the North Sea as if he's King Canute.
Turning the tap off.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you what? Come on, mate. Yeah. How can you shut down the North Sea? I mean, King Neptune is going to spear you with his trident, isn't he?
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. Honestly, I'm loving this. I'm loving it all, actually.
And we were talking about the monster raving loony party last week, and I genuinely mean this. Look at the Green Party. When I was a kid, some of the policies that the monster raving loony party were putting forward were probably less crazy than what the Green Party are putting forward yet we all knew that he was a bit of a joke. It was a bit of a light-hearted look at government. The Greens aren't. The Greens are actually a freaking I don't know whether to laugh or cry at them.
Well, the Monster Roving Lunar Party were better than the Greens, because they had, first of all, a sense of humour, which the Greens don't, and also they had self-awareness, which the Greens don't as well. And makes the Greens a lot worse is they're actually getting people voting for them, and they are actually taking over places. So but they will be found out. As I said, I think the Greens will be found out. It's a car crash. It's already a car crash. It just needs to be properly exposed. That these clowns have got no way that they're going to gain any real power.
It's impossible. It's impossible for them to form a government. Impossible.
Well, half of them are Islamic terrorist supporters, Hamas supporters, and they're just using it as a vehicle. Of course, was it the president of Turkey, Erdogan or what have you pronounce it? He said it. He said that democracy is like a bus. It's you ride it until it gets you to your destination, and then you get off. And that's exactly what the Islamics are doing, especially with the Green Party. They don't care about the Green Party. All they care about is using it to serve their own ends until it outlives its usefulness for them, and then they'll just move on.
And that's the whole thing. That is the entirety. None of them care about the country. None of them care about the people of this country. They're selfish little shits.
Yep, exactly. That's what it's all about. Except we do know who does really care about the selfishness. We do know who does really care about the people of this country and this country. And this is one of the bright sparks of the elections. And that is Mr. Rupert Lowe of Restore Britain, who achieved all of their goals. They resoundingly achieved all of their goals.
In Great Yarmouth, yep. And they weren't called Restore; they were called what was it called?
Great Yarmouth First.
Great Yarmouth First.
Yeah. Great Yarmouth First. Yeah.
So they stood for 10 seats. They stood for 9 seats and a council or something at the 10th election, and they won all of them. And by the vote count, they reckon that they could have halved the votes for all of those Restore Britain candidates, and they still would have won. And part of the success of that, which is a topic maybe kind of quite close to our hearts here, especially Viv, is that they didn't necessarily take voters from other parties. They reactivated the silent voters, the people who had stopped voting because they were disillusioned with the whole process. They got them back in the fold. They woke them up and got them voting, of which there is a very large amount.
And actually, did you notice the percentage countrywide? Like, we haven't had this high turnout for, and all this was local elections. We haven't had this turnout for the last 3 or 4. No, 2. Like, we're normally down in the 30%, and I think it was 48% in my my area here turned up, and that's
what
pretty good.
Yeah. Who won in your area, Audie?
Oh, a Liberal Democrat, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Same here. In my ward, they took over from Labour. I mean, it's no change. Basically, it's like, new boss, old boss scenario. It's no different. But my borough is still overall Labour. I think it's now become like many places. It's become spread, so it's kind of, there's no overall control.
Well, it's a big change for my area. Everywhere has gone yellow, and I think it's a major change. But I'm really not happy with it. But again, it's just a stop gap is what I'm saying to myself.
Well, yeah. Is it though? I mean, this is what despairs me a lot, and how I kind of think I despair for the future of this country, because you're getting people now who still do not get it. The penny is not dropping. They're voting Liberal Democrats, whereas before they've probably come to Liberal Democrats from Labour. They might be disillusioned Labour or disillusioned Conservatives, but they're still in the uniparty system. They're still thinking that they can vote for another uniparty candidate and it's going to make a difference. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. It's like these people. No, not at all. And I despair with that. I think you people, why are you voting for Lib Dem?
Yeah, but look at the three of us. We all three separately were looking into this for a long time. Then we came together and started talking in quiet rooms just between the three of us. Then we thought, we'll do a show of it and sort of put it on. And now we're talking quite free. And at the beginning, we were sort of censoring stuff and I was taking stuff out. Now we're talking free. Like, I think you'll be surprised just in the small time that we just said, episode 64. Just in 64 episodes, I've seen quite a sizable change in this country.
We don't want these fucking Nazis to rule this country anymore. That's all.
It was all hidden up, and it's now front and center. And I don't think the youth are as maybe as brain dead as we think the system has made them. I think there's a lot of sort of rebels because of what the system has done to them, actually.
Yeah.
It still remains to be seen for me. I'm still,
It's a shame you're not going to be on there on Saturday, because that's a good time to talk about Saturday. Like I've got high hopes for Saturday. I'll be there for the UTK march, and I know everyone's really getting sort of excited about it. As in Tommy, you can see he's happy about it. We can talk about all the speakers that have got banned. They can't ban the migrants breaking into our country, but they can ban the beautiful Ava and Evie from New Zealand. All these people, but
do you know about Ava?
As in her being banned from coming here to talk. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are you talking about the Dutch girl, Vladingerbroek? Eva Vladingerbroek. Yeah.
Probably one of the most beautiful women my eyes has ever looked upon. Bless.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
progressives don't like beauty.
Oh no, yeah, because it shows them up. But yeah, I mean, they've banned her. They've banned Ada Luch, a Spanish girl who apparently is.
Oh, she's the one who's going to try and come anyway, isn't she?
I don't know, but they've banned also that guy from America who's always been quite come over for Tommy Rally's. What's the Southern guy? What's his name? I can't think of his name now. And also that real firebrand Valentina Gomez. Have you ever listened to her? She doesn't.
Oh no, she's the one who's planning to come over on a boat. Yes, yeah, her. Yeah.
Oh, really? Ah, okay. Yeah,
She
she's
put
like
out
like an American, like a conservative sort of Latina from the USA, and she just doesn't mince her words at all. She just shoots from the hip.
Well, interestingly, she put out a YouTube to Tommy saying, I will still see you at the event. I'm going to get across the way everyone else gets across on a boat. So Who knows? Maybe she will be on stage on Saturday.
Well, it kind of all it's done really is raised the publicity for the event, because these people can still appear by Zoom. You know,
Exactly.
they can still come on via a Zoom call and address the crowds and say what they got to say. So all it's done is just raised the profile of the event, the hypocrisy of banning these people for the reasons of not being conducive to the good of the public, is what they say. But they let all these hate preachers come over here, and they let all of these illegals come over here, all these rape illegals, but coming in by boats every day, and attacking and murdering our innocent people, our innocent citizens here. Are those conducive to the public good? Why aren't you doing anything about that? So it's just absolute nonsense, you know. It really makes me angry.
Well, I shouldn't worry too much about it. All you have to do is you get a boat, you go from Calais, right? And you paddle across to Dover. That's fine. That's fine. If they want to do that, do it, mate.
Well, there is also a, and this is contentious as well. There is also a kind of counter demonstration as well from the pro-Palestine mob, all right? The Islamic, the communist Islamic unwashed group, who are organizing another march, and it's ostensibly a pro-Palestine march, but it's kind of now been relabeled as a protest against the UTK, against Tommy Robinson, of course. And with all of the recent anti-Jewish stuff which has been hitting the news, you kind of think, because the UTK march 4D, we both know it's going to be absolutely huge, right?
Yeah,
absolutely huge. So, and you take into account the policing of the event, right? So why did they shouldn't have let this they should have not let this pro-Palestine march go ahead. That would have saved the police a massive headache. Also, there's a cup final football match on Saturday at Wembley, which is also another big policing operation as well. So they're really not making it. They're really not making it easy for themselves. They're I don't know what they're thinking. They could have just cancelled the pro-Palestinian march. Of course, no, they're not going to do that.
They want chaos. They want it. They
don't want to be seen as to be going against the pro-Pally lot. You know, that's totally against their narrative. Oh, we can't be doing that. No.
I don't think the Pally march should be. I don't think any march should be cancelled.
I think no. I'm not indefinitely. I'm not saying they can't have their march, but just on this day, just put it off. Have it on another date. Because this is, I agree. I know what you mean, Viv. You know, this is freedom of speech. This is the right to protest. We've got to have that, absolutely. But these pro-Palestine marches, every fucking week, in London. Every week we're having them. Yeah. And there should be some restrictions. There should be some restrictions. You should say, okay, look, you can have your protest marches, but not every week. You know, you can have once a month. All right. If it's a certain cause you're protesting about, then we're going to limit you to protesting once a month or once every 2 months or something. There should be a restriction placed on it.
No, no, I don't agree with that. Sorry.
Well, if you maybe lived in London and you had to put up with all the disruption it causes every single week, I would say maybe you might change your mind on that, because it just screws up the whole of the capital.
Of course it does. Of course. But you ban one march, you ban another.
It's not banning. It's not banning. It's not banning, though. Yeah, but you know the march, the one they really want to ban is the Tommy Robinson one. That they would ban that.
Exactly. We can't be doing with banning marches, with shutting down free speech. If you want to talk shit, go ahead, mate. But don't stop our right. Don't stop our right to speak.
I suppose that's the hard part about taking this side of the argument is we do believe in the freedom of speech and expression, and so therefore it's incumbent on us to say, yeah, well, if that's what they want to do, that's what they do. But I also see it from Bron's point of view. Like, it just makes sense to say, okay, not today, do it tomorrow. But I suppose, again, that's why it's an argument. I doubt any of us are going to come to an agreed threesome on it, but that's just the way it is, I suppose.
Well, there are kind of finer points to it. You can, because quite often what they are marches. They start in they have a muster point, then they march to a second point where they hold then their rally, right? They can stop doing that. You can say, well, look, you can hold your protest, but it's not going to be a march. It's just going to be a static protest. So you don't form up in one area and then march like whatever it is, a mile, and then reach a destination and have your protest. You just go to one place and have it there, so it's contained. So you don't have to shut off all of these roads that they want to walk down, etc., etc. They can restrict the location. It doesn't always have to be in central London. I mean, it's always in central London. It's always Parliament Square, Houses of Parliament, Whitehall. On Saturday, no one's there anyway. So
that always annoys me. Why don't you just do it on a Wednesday? I know, or
yeah. Well, we used to do it on the Wednesday, 4D. We used to do it on a Wednesday, and I have to really strongly say that the right for cunts to march is the same as the right for us to march. I mean, I've been on so many freedom marches. And if they said that to us, that they wanted to block our marches, then I'd still go on them. And it was same with the Pally March. They'll go on it. People go on it. Don't make them victims.
No, but how often did you go on your marches, Viv? Did you do it every single weekend?
Yes,
every single Saturday?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it was you. It was you. Bastard.
Yes, I did. I did, because I lived in central London. I can't get. It's really hard for me to get to London now, but I used to go to every single freedom march. Every single freedom march I'd go on, and if someone tried to stop me, I'd say, "Well, fuck you, man. Fuck you, mate. I'm going on that march." And
were they all the same cause? Was it all the same cause, or was it different causes?
No, all the same cause. Always.
I don't remember those, to be honest with you.
Freedom marches, we started in 2020. We went on till 2022 when I left London. 2 solid years of marches. 2 solid years. And we brought out maybe, it must have been, it's gone up to 1 million people. More than 1 million.
Right, you're talking about post-COVID stuff, all that post-COVID stuff.
Yeah. Not post-COVID, during COVID. We marched during COVID, and we faced serious problems at the beginning, but we still did it.
That was my first ever march, and I went up to quite a few of those. I wasn't as good as you, but then it was a bit more distance for me. But yeah, and They were doing them every single weekend and during the week, actually, for the longest time.
Yeah, I went to marches during the week. I supported. I wasn't working, so I could support Canadian truckers. So we stood outside the Canadian embassy. We did. I did everything I could. Everything I could, my friends.
Yeah, no, but I suppose I get what Bronze is pointing out. What he's pointing out is that there's a particular group of people that get out every bloody weekend, every weekday, do the same thing, and it's getting a bit redundant. But as I say, I'm still kind of on both of your sides, but I'm still on Viv's side because, we can't stop it because otherwise they'll just do it to us.
I get that. I mean,
free speech is about hearing things you don't want to hear.
Okay, but if it's inciting violence, that needs to be dealt with. And these pro-Palestinian marches have been inciting violence against Jewish people.
They have.
And they are starting to pick up on that.
Has not been dealt with by the police. This is a massive problem with them. And whether they will still continue to treat them with kid gloves remains to be seen. We shall see. Because they don't want to go in and start arresting people on these marches because they're going to lose support from the groups that the narrative that they really love, which is the pro-Islamic. They love that narrative. They love the pro-Islamic narrative, and they really don't want to. And they're also scared of that group as well. They're scared of them. They don't want to upset them.
I know they are. But they should be scared of us. They should be scared of us.
Well, I think they will be. I think like the numbers were taught.
Us patriots and weirdos, they should be bloody scared of us.
When we were out last time, I've never seen so many. Like we were, as we discussed last time, me, Bronze, and the other, and Sarah, we were sat there watching just person after person after person walk over the bridge, and we were like a good mile away from it, and we sat there for 45 minutes. It's hard to tell people what it's like to see sort of, well, they say it was 1 million odd or 2 million people, whatever it was. The scale of that is immense. Like I to a certain extent, I don't care what counter protests there are because they're going to look so small and insignificant. They won't achieve anything. The numbers are crazy. And I mean, what are the police going to do against 1.5 million people happily singing church songs and saying Starmer's a wanker? There's nothing they can do about that.
Nothing they can do. I do agree with you, but my view has changed about protests because they don't listen. They do not listen. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They have their own, agenda, and they're following this. And what we have to do, I believe, is follow the path of anarchism. And I'm sorry to say this, but not join in with the state. The state is evil. The state
do you know what,
is evil.
Since 2020, I don't think these marches have been about letting them know how angry we are. I genuinely, since the COVID marches, it's been about getting other people to wake up to see what we're doing. And I think by the numbers proves that it did its job. Like the first one had a 10, 20,000, and it was 100,000, and then we ended on that, whatever it was, 1 to 2 million. Who knows how many is going to turn up on Saturday? But don't underestimate the power of those. And as I say, I don't think it's for them; it's for us.
Yes, well, I agree.
I think, I don't think it's about getting them to listen. We know they don't listen. We know they don't. They don't take on board our concerns when we go for these marches. But the point is, it does have an effect, and this is the difference. It's not about whether they listen or not; it's whether it affects them, and it does affect them. It makes them feel very, very uneasy, and the more people, the larger the gathering, the more uneasy they feel. And that is happening. They are freaked out. They are absolutely freaked out. They hate someone. They hate me. They really do. They are running scared. He has got them on the run. He really does. Yeah. What's going on?
I agree with you entirely. And Both of your points are very well made. I think that what happened during the freedom marches, and those are the marches that I would go on. God, would I go on another march? It's interesting. Well, we went on a march against digital ID, didn't we? Okay.
You're one for vibes. You're one for feelings, and that's another thing I've always pointed out on these marches is there is such a happy, cheerful, loving, whatever you want to call it. There's such a good vibe in the air with these kind of freedom marches. Even back in the COVID days, there was a lot of anger in the crowd, but there's certainly on that last one, there wasn't any anger. It was all right. Let's sing and call him a wanker and have fun. It's such a great vibe in the air. That must go out into and do stuff.
Yeah, the first march I went on was 100 people. The first time I went out was 100 people in Hyde Park, and there was that fella, Widge Brother, and that was it. And it grew exponentially. It grew massively, and we can stop this. We can do this. We can do this. And I bless and hope everyone is safe on the march on Saturday. Whether it changes the government's mind, I doubt sincerely. I it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. See you next Tuesdays.
But I think he'll have some powerful speakers that will put out some really good messages to the people.
Yeah, it's just applying pressure. It's applying pressure. And it does make a difference. It may not be immediately visible. It may not be, something which is, you can see that this march, this organisation had a direct effect, and here's the result. It's not like that at all. It's all kind of undertones. It's all just building up underneath. It all adds up. I think it all does. It all does make a difference, one way or another. Especially, I mean, the way this government is now just collapsing. Anyway, they've got so much on their plate at the moment that it's just going to add to that. It's not. They could certainly do without it. That's for sure.
Oh, on a side note to all of this, did you see that Andrew Tate has come forward to say that he's taking Keir Starmer to court over his imprisonment?
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a really interesting listen. I'll try and, in fact, I'll find it and put it up on here for you.
Yeah, I really don't like Andrew Tate, but anyone who goes against Starmer, yeah, okay, go for it.
Again, I think he's been played. No one had ever heard of that guy, and then suddenly he was, he's out there on the internets and the interwebs, and people know about him, and everyone's saying what a right-wing nasty person he is. Then he goes to prison in, where was it? Romania. Yeah, and I don't know. Again, I think this is all some crazy cuts of 1,000, whatever million cuts thing.
5,000 cuts. Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah.
I just don't like it. I just don't like him. I don't necessarily think he's right wing either. He's very pro. He stands up for the whole male thing. So he's kind of got this reputation of being very disrespectful towards women, which may or may not be true. But you listen to him, and he just doesn't sound like a very nice guy. He's apparently converted to Islam as well, which will maybe back up the misogynistic accusations against him. I just don't like him. I just do not like him.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I just don't think it serves any useful purpose.
Not interested in him. Not interested at all.
Yeah. There you go. Same.
I suppose my point is it doesn't matter whether we're interested. A lot of the young boys, the young disillusioned boys, he's got a huge following of the youngsters, and I think, he's got a voice whether we like him or not. And it was very interesting, basically, that he was saying that the reason Starmer had put him in prison in Romania was because they have different rules on how long you can be in prison before they have to put a case against you. And Romania was the weakest. It was all done by Keir Starmer, and that he's getting his lawyers in at the moment, and he's going to take Keir Starmer to court. Now, again, I don't really like him. I don't think a lot of what he says is just bluster. But I don't know. I get a feeling this was a real attack at Starmer.
Well, was he? Was it Starmer? I mean, how did Starmer get him put in prison in Romania? How did that one work?
Wow, when
through the EU.
Yeah, that's it. Mm. Oh, there it is. All right, I'll share that on here for you for later.
Yeah. What can we say about all this except, oh dear. oh
yeah,
dear.
Sad. Never mind. What's for dinner?
Oh dear, never mind. Yeah, what's for dinner? A TV meal.
Yeah. Let's go down the pub.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were doing. That's the point of this, isn't it? We're kind of, this is the pub that doesn't exist.
Yeah. But I mean, fuck them all. Fuck them all.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I mean, that conveys the emotion, but I think we need something a bit more constructive than that.
All right. Well, let's.
We can't just say fuck them all and then walk away, can we? Because it's just gonna. We need something beyond that, don't we? We need to be constructive.
Yeah,
you say fuck them all and then XYZ to make it better.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know how to make it better, but it's not going to happen, is it?
Well, the other big news to take you off of our shitty little government problems, which, if true, could be insignificant in 6 months' time, and that's the whole UFO thing. It's still that, so the whole files came out, and I suppose like many people that have already been into this, there wasn't that much in there that I hadn't seen before that was groundbreaking or anything. But again, I was thinking to myself, it doesn't matter. It's this slow drip. As soon as they've said yes, we believe that there's other things going on, and here's some of the stuff that we've got, and then Trump says, oh, this is just the beginning, I've got lots and lots coming out, this is just the first batch. And what's his name, Tim Burchett was talking about it again. But so yeah, who knows, maybe the government thing will be insignificant in 6 months' time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just that's a rug I'm reluctant to stand on at the moment. It's it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything groundbreaking from all those releases, and there wasn't anything really in there, that beyond anything that we've kind of seen before. Reports of sightings and pictures of lights in the sky. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but don't forget, this is like what I was saying to someone down the road. I was like, but this is coming from the government of the United States saying these are the things, we don't know what they are. They're not stupid. So it has to be like it even if they show you no pictures and no evidence, them just saying this is to me enough of an eye opener to say, oh well, let's look a bit more into this then. What has been going on?
And that's the government. That's the government that shut down the entire country because of a pretend virus.
I know. Yeah.
It also, to me, it smacks a little bit of the whole Epstein thing again. They did exactly the same thing with the Epstein files, didn't they? I mean, they were released, and where are we now? Kind of nowhere. It's like who's okay. I'm not saying that nobody's being arrested. I'm not saying that I'm not one of those doomers, the black pillars, but there's not been any, but there's still, so we have Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, arrested, in prison, whatever, for this whole operation. But who were they operating for? There's still been no resolution to that. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from these UFO thing. It's kind of that. It just seems to be that thing all over again.
Yeah, but I think people are, again, like the Epstein thing. Before that, no one had any, or the normies, as I call them, had no idea that things like that were going on. Now, most of them are going, oh, right, so maybe some of this, and even if they only seen a bit of it. They're still going, oh, this is not what I thought was going on. Same with the alien thing. Same with the COVID vaccine thing. I mean, it's all some kind of psyop that takes a bit of time. But once it's out, it's out.
So what are we going to do?
So what are we going to do?
Well,
yeah. Well,
no, we're just going to wait. I mean, it's yeah. I see what you're saying, 4D. It's kind of it's another step in a certain direction. Where we're a bit further down that road than we were before. So it's obviously this is obviously going to take a while. So there's nothing we can do except just wait. We're at the mercy of the people dishing out this information, the government, aren't we? So we just have to wait for them to.
No, I disagree. We need to build a parallel society. We need to get rid of them, and if we can't get rid of them, then they have to get rid of us.
Well, yeah, they're trying that already by the looks of it.
Yeah, they are.
In terms of information, this is information we need resolved, I think, one way or another. The whole UFO thing. Let's get to the bottom of that one. If we just get rid of them, we're not going to get that information, are we? If we just sort of, and the same with the whole Epstein saga. These things need to be resolved, I think. We need to find the truth.
Well, that's for sure. So I get what you're saying. That we need to rely on the people that have lied consistently for years and years, for decades to resolve this. No, I don't think so. We have to resolve this ourselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Think we need to. No, I disagree. Actually, we don't need to rely on them. We need to get them out and replace them with people who we can trust.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. But on a smaller level,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, you said you needed to rely on the people who have lied to us for years and years and years. And I'm saying, no, we don't need to. We don't. Those are the people we don't want to rely on. We want to get rid of those people.
Yes, I agree. Agree entirely. Yeah. Because they're not going to tell us the truth, are they? They're not going to tell us the truth because they're consistent liars.
I think we're there's so much changing, but I think I've said it before. I think that we're bordering on coming up with a new revolutionary form of government. It won't be
yes, exactly
anything we've heard of. It'd be something new that. And maybe it'll come out of AI. Maybe our worst fears will be just some. I don't know. I don't want to even conceive that because I just think of Terminator. But I don't know.
Well, it's quite simple. We need to reject the state. We need to get rid of it. It has to go, and we have to replace it with something that's better. And what is better? Well. Rule by the people is better. True democracy, not this fake democracy we've got. Where they.
Sorry.
Yeah, the King's speech was outrageous.
It was, wasn't it? Really? Yeah.
The King's speech was.
That's what I was saying. He was just outlining. That was basically Starmer speaking through the King. Saying, I'm going to continue doing all of these policies which you just voted and told me you absolutely hate and reject, but I'm going to keep on doing them and I'm going to keep on doing them harder.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly. And did you see the King's face? He didn't look very happy. Didn't look very happy.
Yeah, he didn't, did he? No. Yeah. I was thinking the same as Starmer in. And actually, I was going to say this. I know. We're anti all of them, but Kemi, I've always said there's something about her. She's the right woman, right time, but wrong party. I don't know, but
yeah,
really,
4D's got a Kemi crush.
yeah. No, I think she did really well on the after King's speech thingy in Parliament that they do, and it's normally quite light-hearted because the King's just had his speech. There's not normally any digs because it's not a PMQs, but she went just full on, and I just really respect her for the way she handled that. Actually,
I love the way she said, and I've not finished yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I liked her put down to Wes Streeting. Don't give me those looks. You know what you've been doing. Now shut up. I just thought it was brilliant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
She accused him of giving her dirty looks. She says, "Don't give me those dirty looks.
Yeah,
I know what you're up to." Yeah.
It was hardcore because we know as well. Kemi is a. For anyone who doesn't realise, Kemi Badenoch is a black woman, and the Labour Party is deeply racist. So of course they're not gonna like her, are they?
yeah.
Yeah, that is so funny, isn't it? The Labour Party being deeply racist. I mean, it's so true and so ridiculous at the same time. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, they don't like this coconut. They're not going to like this coconut, are they? They're going to call her out, and it's gonna, But yeah, she did say some mad things. Got to admit, and I don't like the state, but
Well, I don't think she said anything mad. She just put forward the hypocrisy of him and his government. I don't think she said anything mad.
She does do a very good job. She does do a very good job. She speaks a lot of common sense. That's very easy for someone in opposition to do because they don't have to back it up.
Yeah.
But no, she's very good at that. It's just a shame she's leading the Conservative Party. It's the party she's leading the wrong party. You know that's the bad. Yeah. That's the bad thing about Kemi Badenoch is the fact
Who should she lead? Who should she lead?
I don't know. Someone with much more a party of common sense. Someone who hasn't failed us time and time again over the last 14 years. Who's directly responsible for this shitty position we're in now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think she would be amazing as second in command to Rupert Lowe, but that's just because I want Restore Britain. But can you imagine if she just suddenly did a backhand deal with Rupert Lowe, with the knowledge and infrastructure knowledge that she has? That would be even more disastrous for the whole establishment. But I don't. He's already said he won't ever take anyone that's even been on the front bench, so I don't think he would bend on that. But she is definitely in the wrong party, I think.
Yeah. Or maybe she's just playing up. You know, she's being forced into a position because Reform are doing these things, and now Restore are coming up on the rails. You know, and so as a leader of the traditional, one of the main two parties, the right wing of the bird of prey, she's being forced into this moving away from the centre, basically to try and match what Reform are doing. In terms of, the Conservatives now openly, she says it again and again, we're going to leave the ECHR. Conservatives, 5 years ago would never have said that. They're only saying that now because of the popularity of Reform, and that's one of Reform's.
It's astonishing that she should say that. Astonishing, actually.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about it. She says it openly and repeatedly. We're going to leave the ECHR. That's what we're going to do. It's not like she's hedging around. She's dancing around the idea, or she's dodging the question. It's like blatant. No, that's what we're going to do.
And we have to leave it. We have to leave CHR. We have to leave the globalist forces. We have to leave them all.
We need to repeal much of what Tony Blair introduced to the laws of this country. He's he's to blame for an awful lot of the reasons why we're in such a bad situation, with the changes he made to the British laws. He screwed up a lot of things. He laid down the path ahead for where we are now. Absolutely.
Totally.
So yeah. So anyway, I do believe it is time for Viv's bookshelf. What have you been reading this week, Viv?
Okay. Well, I've been reading more spooky stories, really. Basically, it's not about so much about what I've been reading, but what I finished. I finished 2 stories. So I've done the Trip, which is about a psychedelic attack and I've done the other one.
Your psychedelic attacks, don't you?
I love it. I love because I do. Do you know why? Because we're under assault now. It's almost like we've been given an acid bomb. And that's why I wrote the story.
Yeah.
You know, we're dreaming. We're dreaming. It's gone. It's gone. It's all gone.
Literal matrix. I know.
Yeah, the world that we used to know. It's gone. It's gone.
And to make it better, you read scary stories. I love it.
Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah.
Have your bookshelves come?
I've got this fucker looking up. Pardon my French. I've got this thing looking at me. It's packed up. It's enormously heavy. A geezer brought it to me and he said, "Do you know this is heavy, mate?" And I said, "Yeah." I carried upstairs
about the first one.
Yeah, I know. It's really stupid of me. I mean, but then again, I did look for ready-made bookshelves. I did look. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make another one. I'm gonna probably have to.
I thought you were getting some ready-made ones. I thought that was the point.
Yeah, that's the point, man. But
They're
there
too
aren't
expensive,
any.
aren't they? They're too expensive, ready-made ones.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I saw a ready-made one for 150 quid, and I thought, yeah, it's a beauty. But it's made of oak, and it's I don't know.
Yeah, oak. That'll be heavy, mate.
Yeah, man.
And have your delivery guys.
It'd be more than 150 if it was oak.
Yeah, I know. So I bought another one. What's the word? It's laminate. So I'll put it up later.
It's just chipboard with a coating on it, isn't it? It's just
yeah. It's I'm afraid.
Believe it or not, it's quite strong stuff. This modern chipboard stuff. It's actually quite strong. But yeah.
MDF, isn't it? Medium density fiber board. I think they call it MDF.
MDF. Yeah, it's MDF. Oh, I don't know. But that's what I've been doing.
You got something to look forward to now, Viv. There you go.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be struggling with it in my underpants, covered in sweat and grease.
Grease? Where did that come from?
There was no need for the grease. He just got it out for the hell of it.
Yeah, that was just the perk of the job.
Yeah, well, I'm a writer, so I thought I'd exaggerate that a bit. But I'm going to struggle. I'm going to get out of the package. I'm going to sweat. And
you're going to get your package out and sweat, did you say?
I don't think so, but I'm going to struggle with it. I know. No, I'm just gonna look at it and think that this screwdriver you've given me is for a child, and I'm gonna battle with it and knock nails in, no screws actually, and scream at them. You know, as I'm banging the screw. Take this. It's probably a bit like when Basil Fawlty whips that car. He says, "I'm going to give you a right good thrashing."
Yeah,
I'm going to give. You know, but yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I've been off this week. I've been off work. Can't you
get Gavin to give you a hand?
Gav's not going to do that. No. You know,
well, not off his own back, but you might be able to incentivize him. You might be able to trick him.
I suppose I could, yeah. I mean, I told him today, he came around for a few beers and we had a chat. Can I co-opt Gav into this? It's really unlikely, actually. You know, him also being an anarchist, he's not going to do that, is he? He's going to say, Viv, take responsibility for your own shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a mean form of anarchism, I would say. Surely cooperation amongst fellow anarchists, isn't that a good thing? Isn't that something that should be in the anarchists' charter? Mutual cooperation.
There isn't an anarchist charter. That's the trouble. There's,
Well, maybe
there's no, there's no anarchist kind of declaration.
That's how you trick him. You say, I've got this real good idea to really stick it to the government. Come over mine. We're going to put a bookshelf up ourselves. Fuck paying them. Just do something like that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Anarchism doesn't work like that, because you always got the one who says, well, I don't believe in your bollocks. It's like the old joke. How many anarchists does it take to put up a light bulb? Well, probably about 20, and they don't, and they're all arguing about, whether this is Quorate or whether this is. No, I'll do it myself, man. I'll do it myself. But Gav's a good bloke.
You know what's going to happen? 4D. You know what this is shaping up to be, don't you?
Well, I don't think it's a bad idea. Just wait for us to turn up. Yeah,
Wait for us to come on our annual visit and say, "Hey guys, I need your hand. I need a hand here."
Are you coming up at the end of the month?
I don't know. Whenever you want, it's up to you.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, we could do that. And I tell you what, I don't want to make a rod for my own back or for 4D's back here, but I'm sure we could probably the three of us can make short work of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Putting together a bookshelf, for God's sake. I mean, really.
You don't understand the beast you're grappling with.
No, Viv, you're getting it all wrong. You meant to say, yeah, that could work.
With the amount of engineering qualifications I've got, we should be able to put it together between the three of us.
There you go. 4D could do it all in his own.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, for the third bookshelf, I'll order another one if 4D can put it up. But then,
maybe I was sounding too excited about this, but yeah.
Yeah, come on, boys. Come up at the end of the month.
End of the month.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's confirm that then. Yeah, that would be good.
Nice, you reckon you can do that? Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. 4D's back doesn't preclude him from doing it. We should be all right.
No,
well, do you know, my back is getting, and I was talking to my doctor recently about it. Like this last year, I've got a year older, and yet my back is getting better. I think all the little changes I've made from water to the supplements I'm having, I can't pinpoint anything that I'm doing but all of it combined, I do feel much better than I used to. Much better.
All right. Well,
I used to worry about coming up to see you guys because I used to think, it's going to look embarrassing if I collapse but all the time I've come up with you, I've been fine actually. And I was talking to Sarah about it as well, that I'm sure out of the multitude of things I've changed, I'm doing something good for the body.
Yeah, you probably are.
Actually, I was looking into a new idea for my teeth. I've always said my teeth are terrible. Every tooth has got a filling in. I've been brush my teeth twice a day all my life. Now I don't use the fluoride stuff, and I use different. And I've listened to you two guys actually, and I've tried all that. And now I'm looking into this idea of taking, and you mix it all together. It's 3 drops of manuka oil, 1 drop of cinnamon bark oil, and 2 tablespoons of fractional coconut essence. And I've been looking into it all, and they reckon you get about 64% regrowth of your gums. It's not about your teeth; it's the receding of the gums as you get older. And looking at these 3, one of them kills the bacteria. And basically, you mix those 3 products up. Put it on one of those little tea tree things, those little things that you put between your teeth. Rub it into your gums before you go to bed. And hey presto, after 4 to 6 weeks, they reckon you'll see and feel the gums growing back considerably. One of them gets rid of the bacteria. One of them promotes blood flow, and the other one is the one that helps mix them together. I think that's the fractional coconut oil. I hadn't even heard of fractional coconut oil, and I'd never heard of manuka oil. But anyway, there you go.
And you're 100% correct. Especially coconut oil, it draws stuff out. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah,
you were saying that when we saw you last. Yes.
Well, I saw last week. I saw a story which it's another one of these stories. Don't know if there's any truth in it, but scientists in Japan apparently have devised a technique for regrowing teeth.
Yes, didn't I briefly sort of mention this to you two? Go on.
Yeah,
possibly, yeah. But as a story came up on one of my Telegram channels, and it's I don't know, completely unverified. But these stories pop up every once in a while, and you kind of think, you know, I know it wasn't selling anything; it was just reporting on a story. Because some of them are always trying to sell something or for you to join a channel, you know, and all of this sort of stuff. Yeah, but it wasn't anything like that. It was just a story about scientists in Japan are developing this.
I've seen a few things about this teeth growing thing, and when you see a couple of them and you look at a couple of them, they kind of, I mean, I'm no dentist or doctor, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it kind of makes sense. There's a lot of it's not just a hippie kind of idea. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice if you know, that's a good thing, isn't it? It was true.
Imagine imagine growing your own teeth back. It's almost as unbelievable as the whole med beds thing. I remember when that came out that Trump was going to roll. That was about 7 or 8 years ago that he was going to be rolling out med beds, and you lay in the bed and it fixes anything you had wrong in your body. It's like that. It sounds so stupid and crazy. You go, is this real? But they're not selling me anything, so it kind of makes me think, well, maybe it is real. But like you, I don't know.
Yeah, well, if someone's not selling you something, it's worth looking at it.
I always think that.
I mean, I'm still very skeptical about the whole med bed thing. I'm not a big one on that. That's real Charlie Ward territory, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The growing your teeth back almost sounds as crazy as that.
Yeah, and it's you know, and this whole med bed idea has been around for a long time, and there's still no real evidence of it. So, you know, I believe it when I see it. It's one of those.
I do genuinely believe that we can cure every single thing that's out there at the moment. I do genuinely believe we are able to cure every disease and pathogen and thing that's out there. I do genuinely.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think so too. I really do agree with you.
And it's probably all cheaper than we would believe. You know, it's all natural things that are available to all of us.
Well, this is it, isn't it? They only because they can't patent anything which is natural. So they're not interested in pushing those as remedies. And yes, I'm of that belief as well. It's like nature provides us with everything we need. And the reason I'm sure the cause of a lot of our ailments and our illness, these are not just natural diseases. These are brought upon ourselves by what we do to ourselves in terms of you know, processing foods and processing medicines that we don't really need.
Well, yeah, and we're not doing that to ourselves though, because for a lot of it, we don't realise how bad the food has got, the food chain and stuff that they're feeding.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, you know, it's like this. It doesn't happen on its own. It happens because humans make it happen. You know, that's what I meant by doing it to ourselves. But yeah, and they because they can't patent something which is naturally occurring, they do not push anything natural because they can't make money out of it. Patents is where the money is. And at best what they'll do is they'll take something natural and they'll alter it ever so slightly and then market it as their own product, and because they've altered it slightly then they can patent it, and that's about as close as they can get. So yeah,
100%.
So yeah, I'm a big believer. I was just watching a video just the other day about dandelions. You know, dandelions are everywhere in this country especially. You know, we all know dandelions, don't we? You see them everywhere in lawns. They pop up, the yellow flowers, the kind of the big sort of jagged leaves, and when they seed, you get that kind of that fluffy ball, which blows away in the wind.
Yeah, we used to eat them as kids. I'm sure it was
Dandelions
my
are
granny.
they're meant to be really good for you. Dandelions, really good for you.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure my granny used to tell us to eat them.
Yeah, and every part of them you can eat. You can do all sorts of things. The sap in the stalk is apparently good for getting rid of warts. If you've got warts, you can just break the stem of a dandelion and put the milky sap on it, and that will go away. The roots are meant to be very good. Apparently, for allegedly, this is not medical advice, for cancer treatment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can eat the flowers, and they've got all sorts of vitamins and minerals in them. So yeah, apparently dandelions are really good for you. Really good.
Big up dandelions.
Big up
Big
the drink. I used to like the dandelion and burdock drink.
Yeah, I don't think that was that healthy, to be honest with you. I don't think that was that healthy. That's probably mostly sugar. But
well, the original is dandelions and burdock. So it is just the plants with sugar in it.
All right, okay. But you can make coffee out of dandelion roots. You can. Yeah. I would like to try it because apparently it tastes just like coffee. But you have to kind of wash. You have to get a whole load of roots. You have to wash them, all the dirt off them, scrub them all, and then you have to roast them, get all of the moisture out, and then grind them down. And then you can make coffee out of the grounds.
Wow,
that's right. You do,
and it's meant to taste really nice. It's meant to be really good. A lot of work, but yeah, wouldn't mind trying that sometime.
Big up the dandelions.
Yeah. So, and you can make a nice salad out of the leaves as well.
Very bitter, but I've eaten dandelion leaves. Very bitter, but okay.
But in a salad with other greens, that make a nice kind of don't just eat the leaves on their own. You mix them in with other leaves and other greens that you've picked, and you can make a nice little add a nice what should we say? Kind of a taste to a salad of other flavors. Just a bit of bitterness in there.
I tell you what, the next girl that gets taken out for a picnic by me is going to get a cheap meal.
Some dandelion. See my dandelion. Let me show you my dandelions.
Of course, dandelion is a wonderful thing, because who doesn't like a dandelion?
I don't know. I'm not too keen on dandy. It's a bit gay. Lion, lion's all right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, what else we got to talk about? Anybody else got anything on their mind?
Who's going to be the next comedy star?
The next what star?
Oh, yeah. I've got. I think I've got a good one for you. So.
Oh right, yeah.
Actually, okay, then let me go into that then. Yeah. So, the person I've chose was born on the 14th of June, 1955, and died on the 28th of March, 2023. So it's quite a recent one. I always say that, or you two are just a couple of years before me. And so when you talk about some of your comedians, I don't really know the era of them that you're talking of. And I think this is going to be another one where you guys, us three are going to know this guy in a completely different from what most people know him as. So I'll get on with what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to choose Paul O'Grady.
Oh, very good.
Like, I know Paul O'Grady as
Lily
Savage. And
is he dead? Is
yeah,
he dead?
I'm afraid so. Yeah, just March 2023.
Whoa.
And I think there's a lot to be said for Paul O'Grady. There's a lot going on with him. as I say, I only knew him as Lily Savage, and then I went off and into the army and didn't really see much TV. And I know that everyone really knows him for the last 20 odd years as a talk show comedian, but not really a comedian, a talk show host. And I was rewatching some of his stuff, and his comedy was the best when he was the woman. And I don't know if you know, but famously he took on that role because it was another one where someone was shy to go on stage, so he decided to become a woman, and that's how he was able to sort of do his thing on stage. So you guys might know him as Lily Savage. You might know him as the talk show host guy. You might know him as the dog rescue home guy. A long career in England, actually.
Yeah, nice choice, man.
Did you know that he's been married twice?
Never.
So yeah, there you go. So a gay man married twice. His first wife he had a daughter with, and I believe it was that relationship that made him realize he was gay, and he kind of turned down any responsibility to the child and came out as a gay man. And then after that, he married another lady, but was literally well, today it would be classed as illegal. It was a marriage of convenience to and I can't remember. I'll have to look up and I'll have it for next week. But there was whatever the marriage convenience was. So yeah, he's actually been married twice to two women.
Well, really?
Daughter. Yeah, got a daughter. And there's lots of other stuff I could say about him. But yeah, so that's who I've chose.
Good choice, man. I had no idea he died.
No, I hadn't. I was thinking, oh, who am I going to choose? And we've done so many. I was going through and I was thinking, no, done them. And I was thinking, oh, I don't know. And it was not until yesterday someone brought this person up. Oh, yeah, and he died. And I said, oh, really? Oh, great. Oh, I can use him then. But no, I didn't know he was dead.
Well, personally, I first became aware of him as the Lily Savage character, the drag, dressing up in drag and doing that comedy routine. And I never really watched any of him. I don't really know anything about him, to be honest with you. I was never a fan of his. So I'm kind of don't really have much to offer on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I never watched him, was never really interested in watching him. And he was a Scouser, wasn't he? He was from Liverpool. So he had that real kind of cutting Liverpool wit, didn't he? The off the cuff kind of put downs and that sort of that really biting kind of humour.
He's actually originally from Cheshire.
Cheshire, yeah, same more or less. It's up north, isn't it? So
I suppose it's up north. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheshire it's not a million miles from Liverpool. So, but yeah, so that's kind of that's as far as my my knowledge of him goes. Yeah, I was aware of him as a talk show host later on in his career. But
well,
yeah,
did you see any of his stand-up stuff as Lily Savage?
No, I didn't. No.
You'll have to do that this week. Just pull up anything of him and see what you think. Because actually, I think he's a really sharp comedian. He plays this, and I think it's probably a look into his psyche. I think there's obviously that he didn't like women, shall we say, because he plays the worst aspects of women. So that Lily Savage, the persona that he played, was this kind of common slaggy woman that was pretending to be posh, and he just did it really well, I personally think.
Yeah.
And so he would go into, and again, he was actually quite a good singer and dancer. He would go into sort of sing and dance as doing it very perfectly and glamorously, and would have these massive wigs and I don't know how to say this in a heterosexual way, but quite a sexy look as well, sort of thing. Do it all perfectly, and then out of nowhere, you just say something like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, these knickers are right up my arse," and it was just he did it right, and it did it very funny. I thought he was a very great comedian in that role. What about yourself, Viv? Are you a fan or a non-fan?
I think it's a good choice. Yeah, I think it's a good choice. I'm really sorry he died, actually.
Yeah, how old was he? He was 67. Oh, he was only 67. I thought he might have been older than that, actually.
Oh, fucking hell. It's about my age. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Died in Arlington, Kent. So that's where he ended up, in Kent.
Yeah. Don't know what to say about that, to be honest. Oh, bless him. Bless him. I didn't know he died.
I think he was well known as being a sort of dog and cat lover as well. Again, on the chat show part of things, he mellowed out. I think he was a very, very big drinker back in the day as well. That was probably one of his vices.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember him when he went into the because he got rid of the Lenny Savage thing and became a bit more cuddly and no don't know. I don't know what to say, Fordy. I don't know what to say. It's really sad that he died. I didn't realise that. I thought he was still around.
Did you know also that his surname wasn't originally O'Grady, and the reason his name is now O'Grady is because his dad joined the RAF, and it was a clerical mistake. His name was Grady, and someone put an O in a comma, and his dad liked it so much he kept it. And they were Irish descent, sounded cool, so he said, "Yeah, I'm O'Reilly then."
Bless
Not
him.
O'Reilly. Not O'Reilly. That's oh my God, that's Faulty Towers.
O'Reilly. I'm Murphy. No, I'm O'Reilly. No. What's my name? I'm Irish. Whatever. One of them Irish names.
Yeah, so I'll take that back. His name was Grady, and someone put an O and a comma. I don't know where I got that from. Yeah, O'Grady.
Yeah.
And he was a bit of a tyke in his young. I think he was arrested, and he did some. He definitely had a troubled life before becoming taking on the persona of Lily.
Yeah, it's kind of this tradition of dressing up comedians, adopting female personas. It's not a new thing, is it? This is part of the tradition of kind of comedy and musical down the ages, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I've said that many times. Yeah.
It's quite an interesting sort of thing, you know.
I mean, he started his. I'm just looking down. So he started his career as Lily Savage in 1978, and he did it for 8 years. It carried on till 1984. So yeah, no, it's not a new thing.
No, it's well, it kind of brings to mind people like Barry Humphries, who did Dame Edna Everage. Who was very big back in around the same time, I would guess, but probably a little bit more mainstream, a little less sort of offensive in terms of the acts, you know. And we also go back. Probably did Danny LaRue? Was he a drag artist as well? Danny LaRue used to dress up
I think
as
so.
a woman. I mean that goes back to the 70s, doesn't it? Danny LaRue. So yeah. I don't know. Are these? I mean, I don't think Barry Humphries gay. I don't think so. But Danny LaRue probably was.
No. Danny LaRue definitely was, but Barry Humphries wasn't.
Yeah, and Paul O'Grady was. I'm just wondering if there's some kind of predisposition there.
Well, when you think about it, again, don't forget with the country of Shakespeare, where if you want to take it right back to its source, where men were dressing as women to get a laugh on stage, as well as the seriousness, but also women wouldn't have done that. But whatever, for whatever reason, that's why we still have pantomime, and that's why I suppose you get that sort of.
Well, I think there was a time when it was considered that women weren't funny, so men just adopted comedic female roles. As well, that's kind of a tradition, isn't it? You know, the whole thing about women being funny. Or maybe in certain cases where there were no women available, such as the classic British comedy "It Ain't Half Hot Mum" about the British Army concert party putting on shows for the troops, and they're all men. So you're going to have one or two of them are going to be dressing up as women for the shows they put on, things like that as well.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Mm.
Yep, agree. I'm going to have to go now.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Because my head hurts.
To be honest,
why does your head hurt, Vin?
Oh, I don't know. Not enough sleep.
All right.
No, honestly, I'm glad because it's that time anyway, and I've got a busy day tomorrow. So the smallest amount of editing I can do tomorrow is a bonus to me. So,
all right,
let's knock it on the head rather than knocking it on your head.
Yeah, that'll just make your headache worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That was
so,
probably
you what?
Except I have to say that I have to say that we have to resist. We have to resist.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We have to not accept. I mean, Prince Charles bollocks about digital ID. My government will institute digital ID. No, you won't. They might institute it, but we're not going to accept it.
This is the home of resistance, mate. Don't worry. That's what this every week
preaching to the converted there. So yeah.
I know, but even so.
And I will also quickly say, boy did I get one lady's abuse. Not abuse. Boy, did someone have a go at me for my my views on women last week, and but it's okay. I've put her in a place. She knows she's a woman, so she won't bring that up again. No, I'm joking, Kirsty. I'm joking.
It doesn't surprise me at all. You were asking for it, 4D. I think you were very clumsy in what you were trying to say. I think you kind of framed it.
I know.
Completely wrong on reflection. So
I did talk to the young lady in question, and I did clear it up, and I think she understands that I didn't mean it as harshly as it might have come across.
You chained her back to the kitchen sink, and everything's all right now.
Oh God! Don't say that, for God's sake!
We all have to say what we think.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's a wonder. It's a wonder why me and Bronze are single. I don't understand it.
Yeah, what's going on? What's the problem? Yeah. Oh well, life is full of mysteries. Eh?
On that happy bombshell, mind you, have you got some jokes? Have you got some jokes for us?
I do, yeah. Viv, can you just hang around
all
for a
right,
few
man.
minutes?
Yeah, of course I can. Of course.
Okay, all right. Okay, I need to rehome a dog. I need to find a new home for a dog. It's a small terrier and it tends to bark a lot. So if anyone's interested, just let me know. All I need to do is pop next door and get it. What do you call a Viking who has lost his boat?
I don't know.
A hiking.
Oh right. Yeah,
what do you call a teacher that doesn't? What do you call a teacher that doesn't fart in public? A private tutor. A private tutor. Captain Kirk was going to release a line of lingerie, but the marketing people told him that Shatner panties probably wouldn't sell all that well.
Yeah.
What is a pirate's favourite thing at a birthday party?
Go on.
I
The
dunno.
balloons. The balloons.
The balloons.
Doubloons.
Oh,
Doubloons.
the balloons.
Doubloons, me
Yeah.
hardy. Doubloons, me hardy.
Yes. And do you know how rare it is for a cow to get hit by lightning?
Go on.
Got to be pretty rare. Go on.
Medium rare.
Right.
Hey.
And finally, Madame Two Swords has never completed a waxwork figure of Mr. Miyagi. Because every time they make it and they put the wax on, then they have to take it off again.
Ooh.
Nice. Yes. Wax on.
Wax
Wax
on.
off.
Wax on. Yeah. And there you go. That's it from me. That's good night from us, and it's good night from them.
And I'm so glad that you reminded me that I wasn't recording again, because otherwise this could have been a disaster.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous.
Thank you, Brother Viv. Thank you, Brother Viv.
Yeah.
I probably would have, as a joke, I probably would have reminded you about an hour into our conversation, but that wouldn't have really helped things at all. So well done, Viv. So we are looking. Okay, so 4D, have good luck at the United Kingdom rally on Saturday. Have a good time.
Cheers.
Keep us informed. You'd be our
Yeah,
correspondent on the ground.
Yeah.
we do.
All the best, mate.
Yeah, and so in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be looking at congregating at Chez Viv.
Nice. Yeah.
May we?
So we're looking at the weekend of Friday, the 29th of May, through to the 31st. So yeah, let's all kind of bear that in mind.
Correct.
And everyone have a good week. Good luck with your bookshelves. Don't get too sweaty.
Bless you, man. And I'll see you in the armour.
Yeah. Hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. But yeah, so until next week. Adieu.
Yeah. Adieu.
To you and you.
I'm brilliant now, I'm brilliant.
Are you still here?
I'm still here.
Oh God, he's like Starmer. We just can't get rid of him. He just won't go. He's like a bad smell.
I've got I can't. The buttons aren't working. That's better.
All right. How are you going to do up your shirt?